Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Tesla Talk Tuesday. I may or may not be living in an RV right now. I am, yeah, actually I am. But nonetheless, the Tesla's still here. It's actually being charged by the RV. We got an extension cord running down here. We're charging at about 3 miles an hour of range. It's doing okay. It definitely needs a wash. I don't know how we're gonna figure that out. But she got down to Florida okay. And the good news is Tesla's trading at an all-time high. I think this morning it hit a high of like $462 a share. Anyways, we are swapping out the car for some carts. So we might do a Carts and Kyle special. But yeah, I actually got to head back to the barn to do some horse stuff. But let's get to the good stuff. Oh, and real quick, I do apologize. I don't know if this video is actually going to get out on Tuesday. I still have 2 vlogs that I need to publish, which should hopefully be published by the time you see this. But I'm using my phone to tether, and needless to say, the uploading speed's terrible. So I need to find a place where I can actually go upload the vlogs and put them on YouTube. So yeah, I'm like 4 days behind on uploading. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Once I figure something out, I'm sure I'll be able to work something out as far as uploading. Maybe there's like a Starbucks nearby. But anywho, let's roll and let's get into the news. This is Mr. Goat. How you doing, Mr. Goat? Why the long face?
A few moments later.
Just kidding. We're in the Tesla today. I did have to go do some stuff at the barn, but I'm heading out now actually to go to a Starbucks in order to upload some vlogs. But I also do have to make a quick grocery store run and pick up 1 or 2 other things. Oh, drop something off at UPS. Yeah, anyways, let's just jump right into Tesla Talk Tuesday, because Tesla is actually trading at an all-time high right now as we speak. I think it's like $467 a share, something crazy like that, which is incredible to say the least. Small disclaimer, I do hold some Tesla stock, not too many shares, but enough. Complete side note, as I'm driving out of the horse show, obviously there is another horse show actually before Chelsea's horse show that's going on now just this week with quarter horses, and all of these people are giving me crazy looks, well, you know, because of the wrap. Yeah, we're just navigating our way through, you know, trailers, RVs, horses, golf carts, people walking around. We got some horses over here just like grazing. And well, right up here, I think there's actually some practicing. I don't know if you can, how well you guys can see those, but anywho, I know you guys aren't here for the horses, so more Tesla news. Check out this Jeep. Not too shabby. See, that thing would be fun to cruise around here on. The Tesla does have raising suspension, but anyways, Tesla Talk Tuesday. So Tesla last week on Thursday, I believe, after the bell, so when the stock market's closed, they did release all-time high deliveries. So Tesla announced all-time high deliveries. I believe it was like 113,000 deliveries for Q4, which is absolutely incredible. They're just crushing it right now, which obviously next day sent the stock up quite a bit, and it's continued to rally since then. Pretty much every day it's been hitting new all-time highs. Part of this is, I would assume, because of a short squeeze, meaning that people that are short the stock, betting that it's going to go down, are being forced to buy the stock back as it goes higher and higher because they're down money and they have to close out the positions. However, there is still, I think, like 20% short interest, so 20% of the float is actually still shorted, which I just don't understand why. Like, who are these people shorting Tesla? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, something else that is also very interesting is that Model 3 is completely crushing the competition. And I mean that, like, well, not quite literally, but let's put it this way. The Chevy Bolt, the year-over-year sales have started to decline, or I guess have been declining over the last 2 years. And not only just the Chevy Bolt, the Nissan Leaf, the BMW i3, all of these all-electric cars that are essentially competitors to Tesla, more closely the Model 3, they're just doing terribly. And I think a lot of it is just that a lot of people say that if they're gonna get an electric vehicle, you want something with good range, you want the tech, and well, the supercharging network is a huge bonus. And like I said in my past 2 vlogs, if you haven't seen those, check those out. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. But in my last 2 vlogs, I did a road trip all the way down to Florida. So I live in Maryland. I'm currently in Venice, Florida. I did a road trip all the way down here in my Tesla Model S P85, which is 5 years old at this point, has 100,885 miles on it. And I didn't have any problems. I just put the end destination in. My Tesla told me exactly where to stop all the way down. And I didn't have to think about anything. Plus my, I guess like 75% charge is 200 miles. So, I mean, the range on my 5-year-old car is better than most new EVs that are non-Teslas, which is completely like mind-blowing, and it just shows you how far advanced and how far ahead Tesla is than all the other EV car makers out there. So yeah, I think these Model 3 delivery numbers speak for themselves, and the decline in EV delivery numbers for the Chevy Bolt, the Nissan Leaf, the BMW i3 also speak for themselves. Also, Chevy stopped making the Volt, which is their electric hybrid. I think it had like 40-ish miles of electric range, maybe a little bit more. And then you could also, you know, use gas and whatnot on it. But they completely stopped making that car. At least that's I believe so. And the only car they have is the Bolt now, which has declining sales. So, needless to say, Tesla's doing their thing. They are just making fantastic electric vehicles, and that's what people want. Now, on the topic of Tesla absolutely crushing it and people want Tesla products, there's a lot of notable things that Tesla is supposed to or might be coming out with in 2020. The first of which is most likely the Model Y. I believe those deliveries should start like mid 2020 to fall 2020. I mean, it's all up in the air with Elon Musk's and Tesla's timelines, but the point is, the Model Y is actually slated for 2020 deliveries, which is pretty crazy because this would be the first, or I guess the fastest product that Tesla has ever unveiled and then delivered. So if they actually do start delivering in, you know, the middle of 2020 or the end of 2020 even, it would be the fastest product delivery from unveil to production to actually delivery in the hands of people. So I also think that the Model Y is going to crush it as well. Just as the Model 3 has, the Model Y is going to be a slightly larger crossover type hatchback, just giving people more room, more space, better margins for Tesla, and they can also streamline that production process as well, make more profit on these cars, and crank out hopefully just as many as the Model 3s right now. So it'll be very cool to see these cars come out, the Model Y, and what delivery numbers will look like. Now, Elon had in the past pushed the Roadster, or he said that, you know, it's not a priority for them. However, the Roadster was originally slated to come out in 2020. So if they are actually able to get a Roadster out in 2020, that would be a pleasant surprise and extremely awesome, because I remember when they unveiled this car, I think in 2017 with the semi-truck unveil, and I have been waiting ever since to see this car. I would love to get one, but I'm furloughed right now. I technically have a job, but I don't really have it. Like, I'm not getting paid, so I can't afford one by any means. Maybe sometime in the future, and I guess we'll see how, you know, financial situations play out going forward. But it would be cool to have a Roadster, or at least, you know, ride in one at some point. Granted, I've still never been in a Model 3 or Model X, so yeah. Anyways, now some other things that could potentially come out in 2020. Just real quick, what do you think about this design for my next wrap? I mean, I'm thinking maybe, like, it's the teal that I really like, and on top of that, you got that, like, white striping through the middle. I mean, check this thing out again. Look at that bad boy. Woof! Okay, maybe just kind of kidding, but also kind of serious. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I got to figure out my next wrap, too, at some point. And that's also another thing that's coming in 2020 on my Tesla, so we'll figure it out. But I got a couple months. I'm going to obviously keep this while I'm down in Florida. Maybe once I get back, I'll swap it out. It's obviously pretty disgusting right now. I haven't really had a way or a chance to wash my car down here, so gotta figure that situation out pronto, because my car is incredibly dusty. The next thing that Tesla's potentially, or pretty sure, I guess, that they're bringing to market in 2020, more towards the end of the year, would be a Model S refresh / plaid mode. So I'm still curious to know if they're ever going to really update the interior again. There were hints a while back that they were going to do sort of like a Model 3 like interior with a single screen in the middle. Basically get rid of this driver's dash and this vertical touchscreen, have one sideways touchscreen just like the Model 3. But Elon Musk kind of shut that down and said no major refreshes to the Model S. The one thing is, the Model S in 2019, I guess, they got like the Raven drivetrain, which was the Model 3, I think, drive units and stuff like that. So upgraded hardware in the car. And well, we're now waiting for plaid drivetrain, which is the tri-motor setup that they've been testing on the Nürburgring. So I'm very curious to see that come to the Model S and what the new and improved like 0 to 60 times could potentially be, because I guess my understanding, a lot of people are also assuming that it's sort of a testing mule for putting the plaid powertrain in the Roadster, which would give you sub 2 seconds 0 to 60 times. So it would be super cool if we got that in the Model S as well, which could come towards the end of the year. So very excited to hear that, but no like definitive announcements upon stats and specs for what the Model S tri-motor version would look like. As I mentioned with the Roadster was announced at the Tesla Semi unveil, and the Tesla Semi is supposed to come out in 2020 as well in limited volume. So seeing those on the road would be pretty incredible. The question is, who's going to get delivery of those first? And it would be cool to see more and more, like, I guess, Tesla delivery trucks, like Tesla Semis delivering Model 3s and whatnot. That would be neat to see, but there's more of those that are supposed to be coming out in 2020 as well. In addition, there's supposed to be new battery packs, so new battery technologies going into this. They acquired Maxwell Technologies. I covered that a little bit on some Tesla Talk Tuesdays, probably about a year ago. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that's going to play a role in the new battery technology, and if so, how and what it means for the new battery technology. So all of this stuff is going to be very interesting, but there's not a lot of like hard ground facts and specifications that have been released by Tesla yet. Just a lot of, hey, this is potentially coming out and we'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'm still very excited. And finally, last but not least, on the current Tesla cars, you have this little like app bar and you have this entertainment area where if you open that up, you have all these games and whatnot. And well, I can't get the newest, latest, and greatest games, but there's talk about a full-fledged Tesla App Store coming out. So now that there's going to be more and more Teslas on the road, there should probably be close to 1 million or over 1 million by the end of 2020, which means that if they actually make an app store, there will be over 1 million customers effectively if you have over 1 million vehicles on the road, which means that they would release an SDK, which is sort of like a developer kit for software tools for developers in order to make applications for the cars. People can sell things for these cars, and you can get cooler infotainment systems. Obviously, I don't have any of the new YouTube and Netflix streaming, but I do have some games in here. But the newer cars have even better games because they have better hardware and better software as well. So hopefully the new cars will have some sweet stuff with the Tesla App Store potentially coming out, but we'll have to wait and see. Some final things to leave you with. There was apparently an official video released that's a small tour walkthrough of the Giga Factory 3 over in Shanghai. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. And last but not least, apparently Tesla has released a free all-weather package that is supposedly being offered to some Model 3 owners, I think in Canada. Basically, it's going to do like mud flaps and stuff like that, small little mud flaps around each tires for free. I don't know what else the kit has, but it is interesting and it is cool that they're taking these initiatives. I mean, these cars are awesome to begin with, and to offer free sort of upgrades or helpful things for certain climates is just sort of a nice touch, especially seeing as how a lot of people are sort of disappointed with I guess the delivery process. Some people are sort of being rushed through and not really walk through their car. And also, when you have problems and you take it into the shop, there's a lot of backlog of service center backlogs. So yeah, hopefully these will get fixed in 2020 as well, now that they've ramped up and they clearly have a lot more vehicles on the road. Having more people in these service centers would be very helpful, but we'll see how it all plays out. I'm excited for 2020, and while the stock hopefully continues to climb. But I think that's gonna be it for today's Tesla Talk Tuesday. Hopefully this video wasn't too long and I'm getting these videos out in a timely manner. I'm trying to find Wi-Fi. I'm actually sitting at a Starbucks parking lot right now because I gotta upload some vlogs. So just bear with me while I'm down here in Florida. We're slowly figuring things out, how I can get videos uploaded and the timing and whatnot. But anyways, if you guys are enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, which I don't know when that will be, thanks for watching.